This is Ajahn Tim's Mindful Moments.
And action.
My goodness, how time flies when we're enjoying ourselves. Um, my reflection today is around the festive season, and it's a time of great pressure for many of us. Family gatherings and annual events, things where there's expectations. We have ideas of how things are going to be, how we want things to be. And for many of us, there may be a sense of disappointment or frustration or pain and so on, because there's a realization that things have changed and things are not going to be the way we'd like them to be. So in my own practice, my own experience, I've noticed often in the past how difficult it is when one's feeling a bit flat and feeling low spirited and not so sociable and happy. And we meet someone who wants to cheer us up. Who said, no, this is the day that we should be happy. And we must, everyone needs to be happy. This is the happy day. And perhaps that's not the way we feel. And certainly in my own experience, I often find this very annoying sometimes when you get this sense that somebody wants us to be in some way that we're not. We don't feel like that. And when we're mindful of this, it's an interesting experience, because there are many of the people around us I feel very unsettled when we're not the way they expect us to be. And for us to be aware of that and to recognize that it's a hard life, isn't it? When we have expectations. I think in an early mindful moment, I was talking about this disappointment requires adequate planning. So when we're planning, we expect a certain response and we don't get it, then we feel disappointed. But disappointment comes from expectation. So at this time, there is a certain amount of expectation, and with expectation, there is generally disappointment. So this time, I'm reflecting today about a story my father used to read me from Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is a wonderful example of relationships, and there's a character in Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore. There's this kind of donkey mule who often appears to be, well, basically depressed. He's never really excited or enthusiastic about anything. And yet his friends, like Pooh and Piglet, on Eeyore's birthday, they gather a group of gifts. Pooh provides a jar of honey and Piglet has a balloon. And on the way, Piglet bursts the balloon and Pooh gets a little peckish and eats the honey. So they appear with an empty jar and the remains of a balloon. And Eeyore is, he's just he's not particularly upset or bothered about it. He's just okay. And there's the whole story, the underlying sense is that Pooh and Piglet have no judgment there. They don't expect Eeyore to be anything else than Eeyore. There's no trying to cheer him up or change him in any way. There's an acceptance there. And it's an undergoing theme through the whole of Winnie the Pooh stories. It's very loving and compassionate and kind, with a sense of acceptance. This is the way it is. So at this time, it's important for us to be mindful of the wants, the needs, the desires, the disappointments, and open to the way things are. things change. And in my own experience, this, at certain times of the year, there is often a sense of loss, feeling that we miss members of the family or friends who aren't able to be there. And certainly in my own case, for many years, I would miss members of my family. My father, for instance, who passed away tragically some 30 years ago. And for a while, it was a difficult time. But then in time, when I recognized that my love for my father and my whole experience of my relationship with him and my respect and the sense of him being so much important part of my life has now become more internalized. My father's here. His body's laying in a ground somewhere in a local church, but my father in himself is very much part of me. So I don't experience a sense of separation at all. He's always here. He's never always here. And so these days, Christmas is just much part of my time. This festive season. This is how he is with me still, always is, all the time. So we can use this festive seasons to meditate, to reflect, to be kind, to be understanding, not just of ourselves, which needs to come first, and understanding our own feelings. Maybe we're feeling rough, we're feeling upset, there's a sense of loss. And we must be compassionate with ourselves, be okay with that, just open to it, get to know it and understand it. And also to feel the same, how we live with our family and friends nearby. We may find it difficult that we're not being quite the way they want us to be. And that's their problem, isn't it? It's how they see it. But love, to me, is unconditional. We love someone, and we certainly love ourselves. We recognize that feelings, pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, they come and they go. And this time of year, for many, I know, in my days in the Buddhist monastic life, we had a lot of refugees trying to escape this festive season. And escape is, possible. One can disappear to a part of the world where we can avoid it, or we can find an inner escape in a way of just understanding the way things are for us, and to recognize that life is precious, it's fragile, it's impermanent, and just to celebrate the now, celebrate what we have, and choose what we have, rather than find ourselves divided by feeling separated from the things that we would like and don't have. So this is my little message for the festive season. Just, everything's okay. Really. Everything belongs. And stay open and be kind. Kindness is the thing. Kindness is free.
Okay, cut.